Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Jim Revell here, the chaplain, and I hope everyone's having a good summer. It's the middle of July, and I wanted to share a little story I came across this weekend that kind of touched my heart. It was kind of a cool thing. A story of the distinguished art critic Robert Cummings, who was studying a painting. There was a 15th century Italian Renaissance painting painted by Filipino Lippi. And Lippi was a very famous painter. And the painting was hung in the London National Art Gallery. And it was a painting of Mary and the infant baby Jesus held in her lap. But as Cummings looked at this painting, he was troubled. Even though this artist was amazing in his use of color and contrast and had a stellar reputation, this particular painting seemed like it was out of whack. The hills, he said, felt like they were going to fall onto the polished marble floor of the gallery, and Mary and even the infant Jesus seemed like they were uncomfortable and they were distorted. And the challenge was that for years, for centuries, there had been a huge amount of criticism of this painting, that it was distorted, it was out of touch, it was out of whack. And many had criticized it, but Cummings was the last one to do so, because an idea popped in his head. And he thought, this painting wasn't designed to be hung in a gallery. I think it was designed to be hung in a place where people prayed. So Cummings did something in that public place. He is an art critic. He got down on his knees and he looked up at the painting, and it was like, boom, something happened. He saw everything come into perspective. The hills looked perfect. Mary and the infant Jesus looked like they were at total peace. And so his view of the painting wasn't the problem. It was his vantage point. And something changed when he got low and he got onto his knees. And so I want you to think about this a little bit. A lot of times our challenge in life is that we're looking at things and we're looking down at them, or we're frustrated with them. But there's something powerful about taking the posture of humility. And whether or not you physically get on your knees, there's an attitude of heart that can change life when we get down on our knees before our Creator, or even we have a perspective of humility with our friends, with our family, with our colleagues. It can change what we think is life being distorted, when actually the challenge is our vantage point. And so I challenge you to think about this parable, or this lesson, this true story. And so I have to think about that in my own life. The areas in my life that seem like they're a little bit jaded and skewed. Maybe there's a place where I just get quiet somewhere and I have some reflection and I reach out to the Lord. And there's power, and it can change your perspective. That's my thought. That story touched me, and hopefully it's a good life lesson for you. As always, if you need to connect, we're available for you. Our number is 1-877-322-CHAP. That's 1-877-322-2427. And my extension is 5017. And I'd like to talk with you, whatever your particular persuasion or vantage point is, even about the story or anything that you need to discuss. And it's always my honor. It's my privilege to be able to serve. And looking forward to connecting, and have a great week. Thank you.